Hello, this is the second tutorial of a series of videos in which we go through analyzing a set of astro data with Python. So in this second tutorial, we are going to see how we can open a dictionary, how we can create a dictionary, and inside that dictionary, we are going to store a set of essential data we need for the analysis we are doing here. So basically, we go into the whole set of astro data as we saw in the first tutorial. We select a key number of data, the one that is required for our analysis, and then we store it in that dictionary. So here we are. So the first thing we're gonna do is basically to take some elements from the first code that we did, the code of the first tutorial. So basically we are just going to copy this. So we take all of these and paste it here. So the next thing is we need to go and actually take the data from each of these files, from each of the 52 files, the data that we have to store in our dictionary. And for this, we need to define a certain number of keywords. If you recall from the first code, if we try to run this, basically, you'll see here that we had the wavelength, we have the flux, we have a set of information, and if you recall, so the files were in like two sections. So we need to use the keywords for those files that have keywords. For example, this one is a keyword to access a certain data, and for those that don't have keywords, we just need to get the data associated with the variable. So I'm just going to say keywords, and basically here are actually the keywords that we are going to use. So we open this parenthesis and I just paste them. Yeah, so actually these are the keywords that we are going to need. Do not worry, we are going to define what they are in a few moments, but here are all the keywords basically that we need. And since we had two sections, if you recall, we had this HDU 0, the header unit 0, and the header unit 1, which corresponded to the two sections. So we just call this guy keywords 1, and we define another one called keywords 2. And inside keywords 2, it was a section that contains the wavelength, the flux. So I'll just add here the flux, and it also had the error on the flux. So for keywords 2, for the second section, we have that. For keywords 1, we have this. So here's the data we need. So I can just mention here, just to remember, we can note here HDU 0, and which means it's like the first section, to say it simply, and we are going to say HDU 1, which corresponds to like data in the second section. And for each of these, we are going to create separate dictionaries, actually, to access them differently. Okay, so we are going to see So we are going to call the first dictionary, we're just going to say data dic 1, and basically we have empty braces, so this is the first dictionary, and we're going to create another one for the set of the second set of keywords, and we're going to call it data dic 2, which is just this one here. Okay, so here we have the two dictionaries. They are empty, of course. We haven't yet stored anything inside. So here we are going to see four fits files in files, actually. So for every fits file inside the set of files, which are 52 for each of the 52 files, basically, inside this, we are going to see, we can just see data, actually, because fits.open, similar to what we did in the first module. We need to open the file, so I'm just going to say fits.open fits file. So for fits file in files, actually, firstly we need to open the file. It's obvious to access data inside the files, we need to open them. So next we are going to see keyword data 1. So like the data contained in the first keyword is like we are going to store it inside this variable called keyword data 1, which is the data associated with the first set of keywords. So now we are going to see for keyword 1 in keyword 1, actually. So for every keyword inside keywords 1, actually in the place of keyword 1 you can put basically what you like. So for each of these keywords here, for every keyword in keywords 1, we are going to tell Python, okay, try so we are going to tell it try keyword data 1, which for the moment is empty, and to this variable, so you are going to say try keyword data 1 of the keyword, actually. So every keyword here. So this equals so this equals, so I'll just change this from data to HDU. So we're going to say this equals HDU0 dot header and then the keyword. Okay, so basically this is just saying, okay, keyword data 1, which is for the moment empty, of the associated keyword should be equals to HDU0.header keyword. Header helps us to access the information contained inside that keyword. And now we're just gonna say except key error. Actually, I didn't write this correctly. So key error, this should be capital E, actually. So let me modify that. So except key error. Okay. So in case it doesn't find the data, meaning we have a key error, we're just basically going to say, okay, return us none. So basically the try except, we tell it, okay, find us the data associated with this keyword. You give us the data and using the header function, and if you find nothing, just return us none. That's it. Okay, just a little modification. Okay. Okay, I think everything is all right here, just to make sure there is no error. So here we're going to see, data dic1 with basically data dic1 associated with the fits file with a slash here would basically take the value of the keyword data, actually the value it has extracted from that keyword. So I can just copy this and paste it here. Okay, so basically that's the code for that can enable us to extract the data for associated with each of these keywords, and we can just tell Python, okay, print us the dictionary, print us what you get, print us the data stored in the dictionary. Okay, so we are going to try and run this and see what it gives us. Okay, you can see here it gives us, here's the first dictionary. We have all the data associated with these keywords. We have, you can see here is the fits file. Here's the first one, and here are the data. We have the exposure time, so for the fits file we have the exposure time, we have the observation start, the observation end. Yeah, we are going to define them, so do not worry. We are going to see what each of these keywords are. Basically here we have all the data that is stored in order, actually, from the first fits file to the 52nd one. So now let's do same for the second dictionary. So we have data dic2, which is empty. We have the keywords, which are here. So we'll just copy this code because it's essentially the same thing that we are going to do. Basically the same thing, or just very similar. So we can just copy this here and we paste it here. Okay. So we have to change actually the numberings now. So we basically can call this keyword data 2, just to make sure, just to make the difference. So for keyword 2 in keywords 2, and here are the keywords, you basically do that. Here we can replace this with 2. We replace this with 2, yeah. And yeah, keyword data 2 of keyword 2 equals none in case you notice any error. Yeah, we also need to swap this, put the 2. Yeah, data dict 2, of course, and print data dict 2. Okay. So here we are. So open those files and give us give us what is contained inside each of those keywords. Give us the data, basically. So we run this, and yeah, here we have the data, but there seems to be kind of a problem. It's returning us none. It's returning us a none everywhere. This is kind of unusual. Probably there is something wrong with our code. We just have none. Yeah, I think I figured it out. Yeah, so actually already we are working with HDU1 and not HDU0 in this case, because we are like accessing the data in the second section. So if we run this, yeah, seems not to have changed. We have a none. Yeah, so we have none basically everywhere. So actually the problem comes from this header word. So actually it should be data, because this it's not a header. Actually, a header return gives us the value associated with keywords, but actually what we have in the second set of keywords weren't actually keywords, if you remember from the first tutorial. So if we run this, basically, yeah, so now it returns us the data. It gives us the arrays of data. So basically, the second set of keywords can't be accessed with the header function. We need to use data in order to get it, as we saw in the first tutorial. Yeah, so basically we have the files, we have the arrays of the data, and we have our 2 dictionaries, as you can see here. Yeah, so that's it. We have the data stored in our 2 dictionaries. So in the next tutorial, we are going to be seeing how to make plots with this data that are stored in our 2 dictionaries. So we basically enter the dictionaries. We take these arrays, as you can see them here, for dict1, for dict2, and we make plots to visualize them, to see what they look like. And we are going to define then each of these keywords, actually, for the first set of keywords, because up till now we haven't really seen what they mean. So we are going to see actually what they are, but you can guess it already from what we did in the first tutorial. So basically that's it. See you in the next tutorial.